let me start manipulating my script. First of all, let me comment out the top and the bottom language result. Comment it out. Now what we are going to do is to create a new function so that when I click the upload button down below, this one, it will trigger the upload function above that I define here to split the original source script into the top and the bottom language. Okay, it's already in your template, so you can just grab the function because I've already written the function. And I will explain that in the top right video. So I'm not going to dig deep in explaining how this function works in this video. Okay, let me just Ctrl+C, grab this function, put it before the click event. Okay, uncomment that. This function is called split text. I'm going to change that a little bit. Instead of getting the file, because I was reading from the file that I manually insert to the function. But since we have the upload function, we don't need to do that in the split text function. Instead, we need to take in the source text. So I just put in src.txt. It's just the abbreviation for the variable. You can name it whatever you want. And before that, we need to add a blank list. I just called it script, because we need to append whatever we do below to this blank list and then return the script object. If you just print the content, it will be going to the backend and you can't write it to the text object. So we need to return a list that contains the whole split content. All right. Also, in the bilingual text, we are going to replace this text object. We have to change that to the source text because we are going to split whatever we upload to individual lines. For details, again, you can watch the video on the top right. Okay, for this for loop, we are going to return the index like 1, 2, 3, the first caption, the time code, and the caption itself. So instead of printing whatever we get for the content, actually for the content, it is a script that contains the index split by a line, and the next one contains the concurrent caption itself. For each line in this range that has the length of the total lines of the bilingual text. That's the text that we grab from the upload. All right. Instead of printing the content, we append the content to the script. All right. Then, if we return the script, let me see what we get. I will show you the problem because it bothered me for 2 to 3 days. Down below, go back to the download. Remember, we print the 2 lines in the output box from the last video, right? Here, we just put these 2 lines inside the upload function because we want to see the result when we press upload file, right? So we put it here. We just Ctrl/uncomment that. And usually I will add a comment to show you why we do this code. We're going to create a source text variable that grabs whatever inside text area 1, right, from the first character all the way to the end. And then in our top language output, we're going to replace this sentence with the split text function, which is this one we define above, with the source text equals this parameter. Source text is going to be equal to whatever in the source text variable, and the target language is top. Because as you can see, we need to parse the target language so that inside the split text function, it can work around with the logic to figure out the language begin, position, language shape, whatever attributes, right? And we do that for the bottom language as well. Ctrl+C, copy that, and replace the bottom language result. Okay, Ctrl+V. Again, it's going to use the split text function and parse the source text to the src_txt parameter, and the target language is now bottom. Okay, Let me control F5 to run the program and see what we get. So just upload file. And here I'm going to select the combined script. That is the bilingual text that you see before. Just upload this one. Open. Oh, how come? I think I need to press download. No. Oops. Let me see. Oh, you know what? That's the problem because I return only the script. And the script is a list object that cannot be printed out. So instead of returning a script, I need to return a string of a new line and then join by the script. Actually, this line of code means you separate the end of each caption with a new line. I know it's pretty abstract, but that's why I need to show it to you this way. Okay, Control F5 to run it again. Now this time I'm going to upload the bilingual script. Hey, how come? You know what? Because I include this return line inside this if part. That means it will be applied to the single line, but we want it to be applied to the whole context, right? So Control X, and then I go back to the for loop, just return that, and let me see what we get. Control F5, run the program, and this time when I upload the bilingual text, how come? Let me try the third time. So this time I'm going to cut this part underneath the upload because I expect to see the lines, right? So let me just wrap it up. Basically, we grab anything from text area 1 and then we apply the split text function to get the top language output, and the same function for the bottom language output. Then inside text area 2, we're going to insert whatever text we get from the top language output, and in the text area 3 to output the bottom language output. All right, that's all the actions triggered after we click the upload file button. Okay, so let me try Control F5. Okay, when I hit upload file and select our bilingual file, open. Now we get the top language, which is English, and the bottom language, which is Cantonese here. All right. So now we've finished the upload file. The next step is the download file. So when I hit download file, I expect to see two separate files that contain the top language and the bottom language separately. Let's take a break first.